are there any other things that kind of surface with the new tax law and the changes that you want to
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. So some things really I think are important to think about, given that under the new law, the standard deduction has increased significantly. And so a lot of people who in the past were deducting those advisory fees, they're no longer deducting those. State and local income taxes are capped now at $10,000. So instead of people itemizing deductions, a lot of people are falling under the standard deduction. And so what I'm finding is that we have a lot of very generous clients who give to various charities, and they still want to be able to maintain that. And so what we've come up with are strategies so that they can still take advantage of that, and even though they're taking the standard deduction. So one of those things that you can do is if you are over 70 and a half, you can take your required minimum distribution from your IRA, and you can send that directly to your favorite charity or charities, so that you are still getting the advantage of giving to your charity. You may not get it as an itemized deduction, but you don't include it in your income, which is so exciting.
So it's something that's a lot of we've been working on that a lot this last year. The qualified charitable distribution. So when you fill out your form, you mark it, you have the charity, and it goes
or charities.
Charities. You can do multiple, but it's definitely something that is being looked at this year, because I think a lot of people are giving and they're trying to find other ways. If I'm already giving, this is a great way to do
absolutely.
that. So.
And the other thing is that for Social Security benefits, if you're not including that required minimum distribution in with your taxable income, then your not as much as your Social Security will be taxable.
Okay.
So that's something to think about. And then another strategy that we have. Given the new Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, is, yes, this is a great one. So oftentimes people are giving to charity, but they can look at their stock portfolio and see what's available that has appreciated in value. And instead of selling that yourself and then giving the money to a charity, you can sell the stock direct. You can gift the stock directly, the appreciated stock, to your charity, and you don't pay the capital gains tax, and the charity gets the full benefit of the stock that they hold. They can hold it or they can sell it, but they get the full the benefit of that, and you don't include it in income.
Which is a bonus, right?
Which is a bonus, especially if you're not itemizing anymore. You're taking this higher standard deduction. I just think it's a really great strategy that a lot of investors overlook.
Well, I think you're trying to be a little more creative now, especially some of the changes. So.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you. That's definitely insightful. Like I said, there's a lot of changes, and everything seems to be constantly changing, but it's always good to have strategies in place and look at it year to year. I think for tax planning and financial planning, you really have to look at all different considerations, income, what other financial goals do you have in place, or what are some of the priorities, and what are ways to be tax efficient and also save. And so there's a lot of different strategies that come into place. So I do appreciate you collaborating today with us and giving us some tips.
And it's important really to look not only for the short term, but also really look to the long term, because even if you may make a decision that benefits you for right now, but for the long term may not work out. So definitely work with your financial advisor and your tax advisor to make sure that it makes sense for you.